We have 24 hours every day to sleep, work, and relax. We have all wished that we could just have more time, whether it be the last minute homework or the desire for more time to relax after a long day at school. We can't add more hours to the day, but we can use our 24 hours more efficiently. Let's look at how. So you just got home from a busy day at school and you have a ton of homework to do. How can you get your work done in a shorter amount of time and still get good grades? The first step in maximizing your time is to set a clear goal, which describes what you want to get done. This important step is easily forgotten, but just as easily done. The key to making a good goal is that it must be short and descriptive. Try to write out your goal on a piece of paper or type it in a document. Your goal should be short and to the point. Once you finish working, you should be able to look at your goal and you should be able to answer yes or no if you accomplished your goal. Let's look at an example of a descriptive goal versus a non-descriptive goal.
Let's say that you have a big history presentation coming up tomorrow. You need to set a goal as to how you're going to work on that history project over the next hour. One goal could be to work on the history project. But this is not a good goal because this is not descriptive. You can't answer with a yes or no if you accomplished this goal. However, if you use the goal, complete the first 20 slides of the history project and practice presenting 2 times, you can easily determine whether or not you accomplished your goal after that hour. The descriptive goal is a goal that you can quantitatively determine if you got done.
Tip number 2, time blocking. Time blocking is my personal lifesaver. It entails putting a specific time into your schedule for a specific task. Let's take a look at an example. You know that you have to subscribe to Students Lifting Students, so you're going to put a specific time on your calendar to subscribe. If I knew that I had a test later this week, I would plan out all the times that I would spend studying. To do this, I add events to my calendar and I color code these events, so I know that they are a part of my time blocking schedule. This way, you can sit down to work and follow your schedule without taking the time to decide what you need to do next. Tip number 3, limit your time. A task fills the time you give it. If you give yourself 1 hour to finish your history project, it is going to take you an hour. But if you decide from the start that you have 30 minutes to get your project done, you will get it done in 30 minutes. Set a realistic yet challenging time limit for all of your tasks to force yourself to stay on task and avoid getting distracted. Make sure that you do give yourself enough time, though, to get the task done, and that you aren't rushing and sacrificing quality. Tip number 4, eliminate distractions. We all live in a world with lots of distractions, from the new notifications on your phone to the latest show on Netflix. All of these distractions can easily pull you away from your work. Set your phone in the other side of the room on mute. Go to a place where you won't get distracted. Don't sit next to a TV or next to friends who you know you will start to talk to. It is so easy to get distracted, so it is imperative that you eliminate all distractions from your workspace. Tip number 5, the Pomodoro technique. What would I do without the Pomodoro technique? This technique is where you give yourself 25 minutes to work and then 5 minutes to rest. Every 4 periods of work, you take a longer 15-minute period to rest. There are many great apps that are meant for this purpose. I use TickTick, which is also my to-do list app of choice. But Tide is a great web-based service with an iOS and an Android app, alongside a Google Chrome extension. I linked it in the description for you. When you start to get better at using this technique, you can learn to maximize your time and make your breaks more restorative. Tip number 6, utilize tools to help. In the digital world we live in today, there are numerous great apps to help you work more efficiently. For example, I take my notes in RemNote, which is an application which allows you to make flashcards while you write your notes. Now, I am taking notes and studying at the same time, and I no longer have to make separate flashcards. Another app I couldn't work without is TickTick, my digital to-do list. TickTick is a free to-do list app which can be used on any device, and it helps me to stay organized and prioritize my tasks. Keep an eye out for a video with an entire list of helpful apps for students. Tip number 7, focus on one task at a time. No matter how many times I hear it, I still don't believe it. But multitasking doesn't make you more productive. It makes you less productive. The human body is physically incapable of focusing on more than one thing at a time. When you multitask, you are switching your mind from one task to another task very quickly. But what you don't notice is that those small transition times add up, and they make you less productive. You should focus on one task at one time, and you will get more done. I promise you that. Tip number 8, cut down on transition time. Before you get to work, make sure you have everything you're going to need to accomplish your clear and descriptive goal. If you are going to need a textbook, something from your backpack, or whatever it may be, take the time to get it now and put it within arm's reach. This prevents you from having to get up in the middle of your work to get something, because that can interrupt your focus. Tip number 9, automate repetitive tasks. As much as technology can distract you, it can also help you. If you do the same thing every day for a class, create a template to help you get it done faster. For example, one of my teachers has a very specific way that test corrections should be written. Instead of rewriting it all the time, I have a consistent template that I use and copy for each test. Simple things like this can help you save time in the long run. Tip number 10, find enjoyment in what you do. You likely have no problem focusing on your favorite TV show. Why is this? You enjoy watching that show. It is fun. You can apply that concept to your work as well. If you enjoy the work you are doing, you won't have any trouble focusing on it. Find the fun in your work and take advantage of that. Change your mindset from I have to do this to I get to do this. It will make all the difference in the world. I promise you.